The Dougie and Deb Podcast is sponsored by Isla B Bridal Nuneaton. Book an appointment today and shop for all your wedding needs. Visit islabbridal.co.uk.
Hi everybody in podcast land and welcome to episode 3 of the Dougie and Deb Podcast. Coming up on this week's show, we have a huge interview with Ritchie from 90s Boyband 5. He's going to be telling us all about what it's like to be part of one of the biggest bands of a generation and what it's like when you have the inevitable fall from grace.
Yes, and it's a great interview. We have the Dougie versus Deb challenge, and this week, Dougie, we are doing Beat the Intro, 90s style.
This is in my world now.
Yeah, I know.
This is in my world. We also have the Rewind competition. This has been unbelievably popular. Loads more entries, and we're going to announce some winners this week. It's quite simple. 3 songs back to back, but they're in reverse. Can you name them?
Oh, I know, exciting. And then we're going back in our time machine this year to 1992, an epic year for music and events from around the world.
It's going to be a 90s orientated theme.
It is.
It is a bit of us. So grab your cup of tea, grab some biscuits. Why not? Get yourself a snack. It's going to be an epic show. Right, hi everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of the Dougie and Deb Podcast. I'm joined, as always, by my glamorous assistant, Deb. Say hi, Deb.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Deb. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Not bad at all. We have got an epic show.
Epic.
Like, I know we've said this before. When we set this up, we thought it was going to be a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And we very much set it up as a bit of fun to kill some time and just to stave off a bit of depression.
Yeah.
And then week 1, we've got Jimmy from 911.
Yeah.
Huge.
Huge.
Second week, Dave Hemingway, former frontman of the Beautiful South.
Yeah, again.
Huge. And then this week, out of nowhere, excited. Ritchie from 90s Boyband 5.
Oh my gosh.
You were fangirling.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, actually, you weren't fangirling. You were dead quiet.
I was really quiet.
You really were quiet.
Yeah. It was a massive idol for me growing up.
So when 5 were at their peak, how old would you have been?
Okay, so I would probably have been about 14.
So the right age for a girl to like a boy band.
Oh gosh, yeah. I think I had 5 on my bedroom wall.
Were they your favourites?
One of the favourites, yeah.
Who else?
Definitely. So 911 were up there.
Well, yeah, you tick that box.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, I like Backstreet Boys, yeah.
Spice Girls as well, but that was before.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. NSYNC a little bit later, but yeah, 5 were definitely up there.
Loving the 90s vibe going on today.
Oh, yes.
Loving it. The Time Machine as well as 1992.
1992, wow. A great year.
It's just a great year. Also, as well, we've got the challenge. It's 1-1 between Dougie versus Deb.
Yeah.
Controversial. Amber has got more comments. So if you didn't catch episode 2, go back. It's a must.
Please do, yeah.
But it was my daughter Amber is 9 and we played Are You Smarter Than a 9-Year-Old? Now, to clear up, I've had loads of messages saying everyone thought I cheated. I got 7 out of 10. Firstly, if I'm going to cheat, I'm going to get 10 out of 10. Like, I'm not stupid. Yeah. Or 9, not 7. But we genuinely never saw those questions, did we?
Oh God, I was rubbish. I'm sure you can tell mine was genuine.
Absolutely. 100%. So for all the people out there that think we cheat, Deb can confirm 100% she wouldn't let me cheat.
No.
And anyone who knows my daughter would never let me win at anything. So yeah, she very much read those questions of her own free will. I fluked it. But yeah. Oddly, I'm quite an intelligent person. I don't know what people are saying.
Well, yeah.
Casting aspersions like that.
Those questions were hard.
They were hard.
Really hard. And guys, as Dougie's just said, if you haven't listened to it yet, please go back and listen, because I'm telling you now, those questions, even for a 30-something-year-old lady or man, is difficult. But tough. Please really do play along.
Yeah, absolutely. Do it. Yeah, go back. If you haven't listened to it, go back. It's a brilliant... in fact, you can get the series anywhere now. Do you know the number one thing? This opening bit, we never discuss what we're going to talk about. The rest is obviously structured. But this What's really shocked me this week is the amount of comments of people saying they don't know what a podcast is.
Yeah, we've had that a lot, haven't we?
It's quite a new thing, this still, I think. But it's massive.
It is. It's huge now.
So if you are listening to this, obviously you probably cottoned onto the podcast thing because you're here. But if you haven't, and this is the first time you listen to it, it's available now on every music platform. So anywhere you listen to your music, you can listen to this, which is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's just us having fun, great guests, great interviews. It's a great way to
Absolutely. And do you know the funniest thing that I've heard the most, and we've had videos sent on this, is when people ask Alexa about it. That's my favourite thing, because it comes back. So if you say, play the Dougie and Deb podcast, then you have to follow it up with your music provider. So if you're on Amazon Music, it's so-and-so. I can't say it because I've got one in the corner. I don't want it to go off. But you say, play the Dougie and Deb podcast on Amazon Music or on Spotify or whatever it might be. It's also available on YouTube, by the way. But the amount of people that will say it, not pronounce it properly, because we've all got accents, and it comes back with playing the Dougie and
Deb.
The Dougie and Deb podcast. Like, that sounds like a thing. Or the Dougie and Dale.
Yeah, or Dave.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, for goodness. I'm going to change my name, I think.
Well, you've already changed it from Dave to Deb once after the sex change, and now it's now you've gone back. Yeah. Your mum's going to listen to this. Give me a slap for that.
Yeah, absolutely. She will.
Right, okay. It is now time for our interview, and we are so honoured to have this man on. As part of 90s boy band 5, they went on to sell 20 million albums worldwide with 20 single sales as well. They won a Brit Award in 2000 for the Best Pop Act, and they went on to have 3 UK #1 singles. Interviews do not get any bigger than this.
No.
And we are joined on the line right now by Ritchie from 5. Hi Ritchie, how you doing?
Good morning, how are you?
I'm very well, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just done the morning shift. A bit of that BBC bite size and all of that.
How's it all going?
Yeah, do you know what? It's going really well. Really, really well. I mean, look, you've got to, that whole saying, if life gives you lemons and all of that.
Yeah.
You guys got to look at the positives. I've had a lot of quality time with my little one.
Absolutely. So. Right, we're going to take you back, Tim, to a time before you were a parent, before children were even a thought. I want to take you back, if you don't mind, to a 17-year-old you. From Solihull, so you're only up the road from us, really. We're Leicestershire, so you're not a million miles away from us.
You don't sound Leicestershire, well, you sound South.
I'm an Essex boy, dumped in the Midlands. But Deb is very much a Coventry girl, aren't you?
I am. Don't send me there, whatever you do.
No.
Okay, all right. Well, we won't get into the Birmingham-Coventry rivalry.
No,
that's why I'm talking. I don't want anything kicking off. I'm safe where I am.
I'll put on the accent.
Yeah, that's it. So, right, 17-year-old your break really comes when you pick up the Stage magazine, which I'm not sure that's even a thing anymore.
I don't
It's bound
know.
to be online now.
Yeah.
What made you answer that ad initially as a
Okay, so
17-year-old?
just a minor correction.
Oh, go on.
I never saw the Stage. It wasn't from the Stage.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether... I think they put an advert in it, but that's not what I saw.
Oh, okay.
It was an article because our managers put the Spice Girls together.
Yes.
And obviously, you've got to go back to 1996, I think it was, actually, when this advert went out.
Wow.
That's when the Spice Girls at that time were... I mean, there hadn't been a band as big since the Beatles,
No.
I don't think, really.
No.
It was a crazy, weird phenomenon, wasn't it, that just went bananas.
Yeah.
So the media had picked up on it because it was a pre-X Factor and Pop Idol Simon Cowell. So he wasn't famous, but he was still a big record executive that was known in the business.
Yeah.
And he approached the managers that had put the Spice Girls together, but they'd lost the Spice Girls to Simon Fuller a year after inception. But he said, well, they've obviously got an eye for this. So he said, look, why don't you do it with men, with boys? And I saw an article in one of the newspapers, and it actually read, do you want to be a Spice Boy?
Oh.
And I was 16, 17, and I was a bit of a grunger. I was into Nirvana and stuff like that, and dance music. And I actually sort of went, oh, look at this. Look look at this. This is terrible. You can't tell me they're going to make a band called the Spice Boys.
Wow.
Awful. And yeah, you know, and then I kept sort of the cogs in my brain was going around because I was a performer, I was a singer, and I was into me acting and stuff. And I started thinking, well, you probably won't call it the Spice Boys, and you know. And then I went down and actually just showed my mum, and my mum was like, yeah. All right, I did see that, and there's no harm in popping down and seeing how it goes, and the rest is history, as they say.
Amazing.
Wow.
What was the process like when you arrived at a Midlands boy in London? I imagine. What was the process like when you got down there?
Crazy. I mean, it was a circus, a proper circus, because the media had picked up on it. You know, it said be at Pineapple Studios 10:30 with your dancing shoes and a backing track.
Wow.
And, you know, so, you know, obviously I've gone in my favourite clothes of the time. Really, you know, yeah, I'm ready. And I remember because my mum was in the queue with me, and it was kind of, you know, at that age, she was annoying me. She was just going on and talking, and I was like, Mum, please, can you go and get a coffee or something, or get a cup of tea? And I'll meet you somewhere. Or I can't remember how we. So she went, and I felt a bit better. Then I was like, right, I can get in my zone now.
Yeah,
it's okay. But you had like Spice Girl tribute acts turning up, and like press. It was crazy. I mean, it really was. There was 3,000 people turned up in Covent Garden, like queuing round the corner and stuff. So yeah, it was mad, and they ushered us in 10 at a time. It was like cattle. Literally, like. And I got into this dance studio, and I thought, oh, we'll have some instructions, but oh no, they said nothing. I'm walking to the back of the room to put my rucksack down. Music goes on. I turn around, and people are going for it. They're like windmilling, break dancing. I never had any formal dance training other than sort of rocking out at like Soundgarden concerts and stuff like that. So I was like, felt quite awkward, I've got to admit. I was like, so I just sort of bobbed side to side a little bit. I thought, I can't do what they're doing. I also felt quite shy. I thought, that's over the top. I felt it was quite over the top.
Yeah.
In my head at the time, I was like, whoa, I'm very uncomfortable here. And then they turned the music off within 30, 40 seconds. And if you got a piece of paper, then you went round to the next round of it, which was the singing round, and I got a piece of paper, and yeah, got ushered in just one at a time, and it was like, don't tread over these marks on the floor. This is the camera. Give me your backing track. Away you go. And then it was don't call us, we'll call you.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it was weeks actually, and I was starting to get jittery. So I was like, have they called? Has there been any news? Like, you know, I started to want it a little bit then. I was like, I don't want to get rejected.
Yeah.
And yeah, they eventually sent a letter, actually. It was snail mail.
Old school.
Oh, wow.
Old school.
Yeah, saying, you know, we'd like you to come to the second round of auditions. And they've whittled over 3,000 lads down to 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was there anyone of any note in that 14? Is there anyone that you remember? Obviously, other than the boys you ended up doing the band with?
Well, yeah, I was going to say I was in a band with.
Well, yeah.
I so. But I'll tell you what, actually, there's a random little known fact. It didn't get to the 14, actually, down to the 14, but Russell Brand auditioned for 5. So he never saw him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, can you imagine that? I often see him, you know, he does these videos, and he's actually a very intelligent bloke, but he's had his troubles. And I always think, because we were not an odd set of characters, we were very different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would never, I don't think we would ever have been sort of friends, the 5 of us, if that makes sense.
No,
we
I get
never
that.
chosen each other, but we had to get along, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we had Russell Brand into that mix, and God only knows what would have happened.
Wow.
Wow, absolutely. That's an exclusive right there, isn't it?
I feel like we've got one then, yeah. I feel like that's quite good, that.
Oh, most definitely. And Ritchie, what advice would you give to that 17-year-old self?
Knowing what you know now.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's put my hairs on end. What would I say to him?
That's a great question, that.
Don't stress as much as you have at times.
Oh, really?
Things aren't always as bad as they seem. And, like, I suppose it was a weird one. I mean, I don't know why I'm going here, but it was a funny one, the band, because, you know, you get in there and they put stylists on you, and but like the label and the management have got an agenda because you know, like the way the Spice Girls, you had Baby Spice, and they kind of wanted to do that with us, and they wanted me to be the kind of like blue-eyed, if you like, cute one, the baby Spice of Five. Yeah. But that wasn't me. Inside, it wasn't me. I'm quite a little rebel, really, and I'm, you know. So it really sort of, it was weird because it was the time that I was in the spotlight, yet I felt the least myself and the least confident I'd ever felt in my life, if that makes sense. And so it was and I wasn't grown up. I was 17, so I had I don't think you're fully grown up till you're sort of in your early 20s maybe, or I mean, I'd say 30 actually. I mean, as a man anyway. I don't know. It was a funny one. It was brilliant. I had some amazing experiences, but it was also a strange one, you know, that I still sort of ponder today. I go, wow, yeah, that was a funny one to sort of take in at 17.
Absolutely. Do you think there's enough? And maybe there is now, but I don't think there was when we were younger. We're similar ages, but do you think there was an element of being left hung out to dry almost? You were given a lot of, I imagine, a lot of money, a lot of adoration, a lot of females at 17, 18, packed off away from your family, and then when they'd finished with their agenda, as you've mentioned, almost left to fend for yourself, I would imagine. Did you feel?
Oh, you mean after the bat when we decided to break up?
Decided to split, yeah.
That was, you know, you hear about soldiers that have been in the army for years, and they've gone and done service and whatnot, and then when they come home and they leave the army, their life, they don't know what to do with their lives.
Yeah.
That was how I felt, and I really, really, really struggled after the band for years, like a good 2 or 3 years. I remember my girlfriend at the time, and I, you know, we're not together, but we're still friends. She's married and got another child now, but I do owe her a lot. She was, she was there for me, and I don't know where I'd be without her. But she, I remember her saying to me at the time, like, you know, a year into or whatever after the band, and she was like, "Man, I have never seen anyone as lost as you are right now. Wow. Like, I don't know how to help you. And I'm like, you can't. I've got to do it myself." But I just didn't. I was like almost paralyzed. I just didn't know what to do, and I had no mentor, or like saying, I couldn't talk to anyone about it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how anything worked. I guess because I'd had no life experience. My only life experience was being in a band and being signed to a record label. So, you know, it was kind of a weird one. And being as famous as I was in those days was another thing. It was like, well, what do you do when you know... No.
You can't really, as bad as it sounds, it almost sounds arrogant, but it's not. You can't really rock up and work at McDonald's. You can't have a normal 9 to 5 necessarily, because ultimately, from 17, you're Ritchie from 5. You know, I mean, they say pride comes before a fall, and there was an element of pride for sure, no question, there was. But yeah, it was just, like you say, there was lots and lots of things, but it was also, I think, I'd always been so driven, and I mean, I certainly in my teen years, I was so focused and driven. I've not actually met anyone as driven as I was. I mean, I was laser precision focused, and then something changed during the band. I don't know. It was the most amazing experience of my life, but also the most draining. It wasn't the work. It was actually, more than anything, it was the 5 of us together. It was quite a toxic environment, and to be in that constantly, 24 hours a day for 5 years, it just burnt me out. With work, 18-hour days on top of that and everything else, it just burnt me out.
I look back, you know, I mean, opening the Brits with Queen was unbelievable. I mean, I look back and, you know, anything we did with Queen was just like surreal.
That's going to take some topping.
Unbelievable moment. Yeah, definitely. Can you describe any other outstanding moments for you, and what were they?
With Queen?
Well, I just did 5 in general.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with Queen, because it's possibly my favourite memory of all. And, you know, like I said, like prior to the band, I'd been in like little rock bands in my local town. Yeah. And, you know, just like in the garage, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And we used to get like a ghetto blaster type thing that you could record. You could record audio on like a tiny little, you know, just a dot mic on the actual system. Yeah. And so we were doing it old school recording, where we would get like a bass player in an amp, we'd get a guitar in an amp, we'd get me singing, and we'd all stand at different distances from the mic, and we'd write songs, and we'd like record these songs and stuff. Brilliant. And you know, go out and play church halls and things like that. So it was very much from like a sort of rocky band sort of background. So, you know, when we got Queen involved, and we were rehearsing at Roger Taylor's house, I think for the Brits or whatever it was, and we just finished a pass of the song, and we said, oh, should we have a tea break? So the boys from my band have gone off for a drink, and I just stayed there. The mics were still open. And Brian had walked over to Roger, and they were having a little sort of chat. Roger's at his stall at the drums. And I've just sung, hey, Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? And Brian's hair's pricked up. And he's just gone, down, 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 down. Roger's picked up his sticks and gone, ba, 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 ba. And just myself and Queen jammed. Hey, Joe. Off the cuff, just as I sang the opening line down the mic, and that was magic. I mean, that's just the magic of music, isn't it? It was unbelievable. I mean, that will be. I don't think anything will top that for me. And other memories. There's so many.
I don't know how you top that. I don't know how you. I don't know how you top that. Where did you top that?
I don't think I'll ever top that. You know, I just can't. I just don't think it's possible. Yeah. But opening the Brits with them was amazing as well. I don't think I fully grasped how major that was until sort of years later, and you go, blimey. Like, I opened the Brits with Queen. Like, that's just crazy. And what else? I mean, you know, I mean, there was all sorts of strange things, strange gifts from fans, like live animals that getting, and you'd open a box and there'd be a hamster or a frog or...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, just strange. I mean, I remember South America was always a really interesting place. It was just crazy, you know, and you'd have, I think it was, Argentina. The fans would get in these yellow and black taxis, and they would be hanging out of all the windows, literally sat on the windows, like sitting out of the car, following the bus. And then you'd have some of them, like 3 of them, would be stood in the boot of the car with the boot open, holding on to the boot sort of lid, and that's how they would travel. And there would be, you know, 50 of these taxis following the bus. All just waving and with banners and things like that. And that was wow, are they all right? Why aren't the police doing anything about that? Mad. I mean, I can't even think. I mean, another surreal one was at the very early days, first single kind of thing, we went to Holland. We did this show called Pepsi Pop. It was a big deal in Holland, a really, really big show. Televised in an arena and all of this. A bit like Paul Winner's Party, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were about to go on stage. So we're backstage, mic'd up, ready to go. And Janet Jackson comes off stage. So going on after Janet Jackson. Bearing in mind, I'm 17-year-old Rich from Birmingham.
Yeah.
I've barely even had one hit single, and I'm going on stage after Janet Jackson. I come off, and George Michael's going on after her.
Oh,
I'll just pick that name up for you, mate. I'll pick that name up for you.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Wow, that's incredible.
Have you got anything? Have you got any kind of memorabilia from those kind of? Did you, because I think I would probably go up and nick something off George Michael, knowing me. But was there? Did you ever get anything from that period that you kind of treasure and think that's,
Do you know what? I did the total opposite.
Really?
I'm not massively like that. I mean, my most treasured thing, I guess, would be my Brit Award.
Yeah.
And I've got like the Smash Hits Award. I'm not sort of bragging, but I did have, and I don't know where they've ended up. I've lost them, but I had so many platinum and gold discs from around the world. I can't find them. They've gone. I mean, they've gone. I've moved that many times. I've lived in other countries. They're gone. But I've got like 4 of them, I think, which I couldn't have them up in my house. This is what I mean. It was a weird one because after the band, any memory of the band wouldn't make me feel good. So I was like, I don't want to see it. I bury it and kind of thing. So, yeah, I did very much the opposite. It's only been in the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, I've actually gone, no, I'm really proud of that time and sort of embraced it more and put it on the wall and put it, on the shelves and things like that.
Do you think being a dad helps that as well? Almost having someone, I know she's not quite old enough yet, but someone to kind of almost show off to and go, look what Daddy used to do. And I know I've got a couple of kids and, if I've ever done a show or I've got any video clips, first thing in the morning, I'm bombarding them with look at what Daddy sang last night, and they don't care.
Yeah,
but just
yeah, definitely. And I think really the big reunion was a big thing because I kind of felt stupid in a way. I was, whatever age I was when we did that, and I before doing it again, I thought, I'm going to feel stupid. Like going and doing all these dance routines now, I think, there was an element of that. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, it feels a bit weird. And then I sort of got into the rehearsals of it. Bearing in mind, for 10 years, like I'd not really had a great time and I'd not found anything I was really comfortable in, or I can't explain it. It was like I was wearing an ill-fitting suit or something. Yeah. And all of a sudden, I started doing the thing and I was like, oh, yeah. Like, this feels good. This feels right. Like, and it was a surprise to me. I was like, oh, this feels far more right than I thought it was going to feel. In fact, this feels so right. And I think that was the same for Scott and Sean. And that's why we went, you know what? This is such an amazing way to earn a living and to, it's, I guess as well, give the kids, we're all good fathers, and give the kids adventures. So you mentioned Ella, and sort of saying to Ella, well, this is what Daddy used to do, but this is what Daddy does now. Yeah. We go out and do festivals, and she comes and she stands at the side of the stage, or she goes in the pit, and then she sees 25,000 people scream their heads off, and she absolutely loves it. And we've got little things, so just messing about, like I do the rock sign, and I'll say to her, like, keep the rock alive, Els, and she goes, keep the rock alive, Daddy.
Thank you.
So yeah, she's very much sort of a part of it now.
Is there, and there's going to be, I know the answer's going to be, is there a frustration with you spoke about the lineup and the problems, and it's well documented, obviously, but is there a frustration that, bearing in mind, all in late 30s, 40s, that kind of age, you're all dads now, a lot of water's gone past, that you can't all sit in a room and say, look at what we are, we're a long time dead, and at the end of the day, 5 of you on stage is always going to be more lucrative than 2, 3, 4, I would imagine. I'm only guessing, but is there an element of frustration your end that you can't get everyone in a room like that?
No.
Oh, okay. I was expecting that answer.
It is what it is, and the thing is, the people, Scott, Sean and myself want to be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We want to be there, and we love what we do. We love, our history. It's been a process to get to here. Yeah. And we always say, like, maybe this is what band was always meant to be. because it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It is this now.
Yeah.
So yeah, no regrets. No, it's just been a process and sort of a natural balancing act in a way.
Has there been a thought about a name change? Because I guess when you come back together, is there an element of 5? Can we be 3? Can we? And that must have crossed your mind, I imagine.
Right. The thing is, the moral of the story is don't name anything of the number of members of that thing. Right? Don't do that.
Brilliant.
Never do that, because as much as it sounds good at the time, people's lives change and they decide to do different things. Because take that, don't have this issue.
No.
They've gone from 5 members to 4 members to 3 members. Nobody bats an eyelid.
No.
It's okay. Whoever's left this time, no problem. They're just going to cut them, but they're still going.
Yeah.
But people just can't get past the number. And it's like, well, yeah, but 5 is. I was saying this the other day. For almost like 5 is an entity unto itself.
Yeah.
It's like we give our energies to that thing, but it's got its own living, breathing thing that sort of, I don't know, and so 5, this is 5 now. It's been this for a long time, actually, like longer than the band ever went for. And this is what 5 will be. It will never change. But, if 5, if you want to look at it from another angle, 5, just like take that is kind of like a brand. Yeah. Well, 5 is a brand. Like if we went with 3, it's not 5 anymore.
No.
It's something else. And when you say 5, people know what they're getting. They're getting that energy that 5 comes with. So generally an upbeat, slightly sort of more, it's not a boy band, it's a lad band, upbeat pop. So, no, there definitely won't be any name changes. We just are, we were always quirky anyway, so,
That's what you were
quirky
known
now.
for. Yeah, why not? And I'm laughing at you and I'm taking the mickey out of it, but the band I'm in, Ritchie, is called 4th Avenue. Based on the number of people that are in the band, so I can't say anything, can I? Let's face it.
Yeah, schoolboy error, mate.
Oh, I know, yeah. We're like you, though. We're too far in now. We're done.
Okay. So, Ritchie, what would 5 sound like in 2021? If you was to do an album, what do you think the sound would be like?
Oh, that's a good question.
Take That did it, didn't they? Take That came back and their sound was almost completely different.
Yeah.
And they went to a different level, didn't they, really?
Yeah, I don't think it would be identical, like I said, but how can I describe it? The soul of it would still be the same.
Yeah.
So the soul of it would still be the same, but, it's not the same soundscapes in music now. It'd be different sounds and different styles, but it would still do the same thing. It's like Ron Seal, is it? It does exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Are there any plans out there, Rich, at the minute to do anything like that?
Well, I mean, we'd be lucky to do anything.
Well, yeah, this is very true.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got locked down in March, and there was me, naive, thinking, I'll be back to work in June.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, we'll survive.
Yeah.
And here we are in January, looking at sort of spring, summer.
Yeah.
And that's not even certain.
No.
Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do then, mate. We won't take up any more of your time, homeschooling, etc., to get back to.
Yeah.
What we would like, we finish every interview, and we're going to put you on the spot now, by putting you, Ritchie from 5, on a desert island. Now, this desert island, there's no corona restrictions. You can do what you want. The only restrictions, it's the dream, isn't it? You can take Ella. We'll let you take Ella. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But other than that, you've got to take on this desert island one 5 song to listen to for the rest of your life. One movie.
I've heard them enough.
Sorry. It's only so we can play it out at the end. It sounds professional.
Yeah.
One movie to watch for the rest of your life, and one celebrity crush to purely talk business with, obviously.
Yeah.
So go with a movie first. What are you going for on your desert island?
You see, my instinct is I want to say Gladiator because it's the only movie I can watch over and over again.
Really?
Yeah.
But then something tells me all that time I'd quite like something funny.
Yeah.
So I'd maybe I watched over the Christmas period. Mom was here and I watched, she'd never seen it. I watched Dumb and Dumber.
Brilliant.
We both just fell about laughing and I'd forgotten how funny it was and she never thought it was going to be funny and was surprised at how funny it was. So maybe Dumb and Dumber.
Brilliant. And do you know what I like there? That's a veteran now because he's picked 2, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's done very well there. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is always a little bit controversial. One celebrity crush. Who would you take?
Rita Ora.
That's a great pick, isn't it?
Yeah. Beautiful.
I'd ask why, but
Do you see there was no
there
hesitation?
really wasn't.
It wasn't.
I'm very impressed. Rita Ora.
You know, every time I'm in the scroll hole on Twitter and stuff, I can't help it. It's like, it's not me doing it, but I just have to stop.
Have you met Rita?
What's that, sorry?
Have you managed to meet Rita?
No, I've never met her.
No.
Right, we'll sort that out.
Yeah.
That's my next mission for you, mate. I'll get on it. Man to man.
I mean,
I'll
if
sort
that's not a reason to come back and make some new music, I don't know.
It's the
Yeah.
only reason now. It's the only reason.
It has a nice ring as well, Ritchie and Rita.
I like it. It's good. I like it. Right,
Yeah.
okay, then this is the bit that you are going to struggle with. 1 song that you have to take with you. It could be any 5 song. But what's your favourite? What one are you taking? See, the celebrity crush was straight in.
I'm going to say, do you know what I am going to say? Keep on moving.
Oh, brilliant.
And I'm going to say that because if you're on desert island, I don't think if you say you're stuck and you kind of, I'm seeing like a bit Castaway kind of thing.
Yeah.
It would get you going. It would, you go, yeah, come on, don't get down, crack on.
No, it's
all about survival. So
5 are very much a soundtrack to a lot of people's lives, us included. Richie, thank you so much. It's been a massive honour for us to have you on. It really has.
Thanks so much.
God bless you. Keep in touch, and we'll speak very soon. Send that love to Ella.
You will do, and your kids too.
Take care. All the best, Richie. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye.
It's time for Dougie versus Deb. The challenge. Alrighty then.
Right, it is of course now time for the Dougie versus Deb challenge. It's 1-1 at the moment in the series.
It is.
It is. You let your lead slip last week. Right, this week we have been sent a challenge, and you can let us know if you want us to do a challenge. Just message the page or email us.
Yep, you can email us, so you can check us out on either Twitter or Facebook at the Dougie and Deb Podcast, or email us at the Dougie and Deb Podcast at gmail.com.
That's it. Very good. Very well remembered as well.
Oh, thanks.
No notes. Very good.
No.
This one has come in from John, who is based in Devon, and he suggested we do a Beat the Intro competition.
Ooh.
Little does he know, this is my world.
It's also mine.
Yeah, well, we've heard your world before, and you've got it horribly wrong. Like claiming that you know the years of things and you're never anywhere near them.
Oh, shush.
So we're going to see. This should be really interesting. You guys can play at home as well.
Yeah.
Now, the game is simple. We are going to have 10 seconds of a famous song, and we're keeping it 90s.
Yes, we are.
Because of Ritchie from 5, we're going to stay loyal to the 90s.
We are indeed.
Every song in this list is from the 1990s. They're all big hits, I believe.
I believe so.
So I've been told. We're about to find out. Now, I've got a buzzer for you.
Okay.
It's going to be on the buzzer. You've got 10 seconds to buzz in and get the right or wrong answer.
Okay.
This one is for you. So your buzzer is based around your surname.
What?
You've got the weirdest surname in the world.
Yes, I do.
If you've got her on Facebook, you're going to get loads of like random people stalking you on Facebook, and that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's Debbie Grace on Facebook, and I'm convinced it's because she can't spell her own surname.
Ah, you cheeky monkey.
Go on, tell everyone what your surname is.
Okay, well, bearing in mind, I'm very proud of my heritage. So my granddad, is Polish.
Okay.
And that's where my surname comes from. So my surname is actually spelt with a W, but you pronounce it with a V. So it's Vicchick. But everyone thinks it's Wickchick, which is not. So I get called Wicked Chick Chick, Wickick, Wick, and I'm like, no. So my stage name and my Facebook name is Debbie Grace.
Because she can't pronounce it with a W. That's what it is. So bearing that in mind, and the whole Wick Chick, Vic Chick, Lick Chicken, whatever it's going to be called, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I have got a buzzer for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Right, hit your buzzer.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Bit of Will Smith there.
Brilliant.
Absolutely perfect. So that is what your surname is from now on. Debbie Wow West.
I love it. Wow, Dougie.
Go on.
Funny you should say that because I have got the perfect buzzer for you.
Oh, I bet you have.
Bearing in mind what you love to do the most.
Eat.
What makes you giggle.
Sleep.
What never gets old.
Your surname.
Press your buzzer and we'll find out, shall we?
Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Yes, very good. Very childish. Very good and very accurate.
Very.
That's one I made earlier.
Yeah, trumpet trousers, Dougie over here.
That's me. Well, keep feeding me beans. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so they are our buzzers. One more appropriate than the other, but it's fine. Sorry if you're eating at home. Right, okay. So quite simply, these are 90s themed guess the intro, beat the intro, guess the song. We need the song title and the artist for a correct answer.
Okay.
First to 5 wins.
Right, okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Fingers on buzzers.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to say that. It's really exciting.
Me too.
Fingers on buzzers.
Yes.
Here is 90s song number 1. Bloody hell, that was quick.
I know.
That was unbelievably quick. Like I know it as well. I just couldn't get there quick enough.
Wiggy wiggy wah.
Go on then, and you think the answer? And you think the answer is?
What's up for non-blondes?
Oh, okay then. It is. That is the correct answer for non-blondes. Ironically, they were blondes, weren't they? I can't remember. That is 1-0 to you. Good start. I was there as well. I knew it. I just couldn't get there quick enough. You have to be quick at home as well. Right, song number 2. Oh, go on in, Deb.
What? Show Me Love. And,
come on.
I don't know the name of the
Need the
artist.
singer as well. No, out of time.
Oh.
No, tough. Not enough information. Okay, so it's open for me. For the record, that's the remix version. Show Me Trump. See, Donald missed a trick there. That would have won him more votes. You got to show me Trump. And the singer was Robin S.
Oh.
Shall we see if that's right? We know it is. Come on. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Robin S. and Show Me Love, or as the new version is, Show Me Trump. Out on iTunes very soon. Right, okay, 1-1. It is now time for song number 3. Tune.
Yep.
Another band. I know. Yes. Sorry, buzzer. I genuinely forgot I had to hit the buzzer then. I forgot all about it. We're still playing the game, aren't we? That was Blur.
Yeah.
It's about my world now. Blur. Yeah. And the song was called Song 2.
Oh, gotcha. Oh,
really random. Let's find out if we're right. Although, ironically, you're going to have to Google it to see if I'm right because it doesn't say Song 2 anywhere in it. But it does say about him getting
Song 2!
It did say about a jumbo jet cutting his hair, or it wasn't easy, but nothing is... Woohoo! Yeah. Let's find out. Iconic. That's a tune. Woohoo!
It is actually.
Been singing that one all week. Right, okay. So, Blur and Song 2. That was, ironically, Song 3. We didn't think that through, did we?
No.
See, now, if we'd have known the answers, that would have been a clever thing to have done, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But we don't know what's coming till we press play, thanks to John, who I'm already cursing. I'm sure he's a lovely fella, but
sure.
Devon's a lovely part of the world.
It is.
But he's doing my head in with his challenge. Okay, it is now time for song number 4.
Oh.
Another tune.
Yeah.
Great song.
Ladies and gents.
Oh, pretty good. Go on then, Deb. What is it?
It's Santana and Maria Maria.
Oh, this one is right. Yeah, it is very good. It is Santana and Maria Maria. That makes it 2-2.
Ooh.
Heading in to song number 5. Bloody hell, Deb. That was a bit quick.
I know.
Hold on. Just remember, it's not just us playing. We've got to let the people at home have a go as well.
Oh, yeah.
What we'll do is we'll play the rest of it and see if other people at home can get it, and then I will give you the floor. How's that?
Okay.
Right, just for you guys at home. Here we go. Right, I bought you guys a bit of time at home. Deb, it's yours. What is the answer?
It's one of my favourite songs ever. It's On Vogue and Don't Let Go.
Ooh, let's find out if you're right. Very good. It is, of course, On Vogue and... Yeah, man. Very good. Right, okay. So that means, worryingly, you are 3-2 up. You only need 2 more.
Yay!
First to 5, remember, and Debbie leads 3-2. It's 1-1 in the series if you're just joining us. If you're just joining us, why are you just joining us? Go back to the start. Yeah. What's wrong with you people? Right, okay. It is now time then for number 6. Oh. Christ, that was quick.
Ooh.
That might be the quickest one yet.
I know.
What do you reckon?
Okay, so I think it's Meatloaf and I would do anything for love. Oh.
I can tell you now.
Oh, no.
That is the wrong answer.
Oh, I know exactly who it is now, and this is so annoying.
All right, the rest is for me then. And for you guys at home if you haven't got it yet. I don't need to press my buzzer. I'm going to let it drag out. It's only me playing now and you guys at home.
Oh, I know who it is.
But I'm going to press the buzzer anyway. Hold on.
Okay.
It just makes me laugh. No other reason. I didn't need to do that, but I thought, why not? It's not Meatloaf. I can see why you went for that. I'm sure other people would have done. It is actually Celine Dion. Yep. It's all coming back to me now.
And it is all coming back to me now that
It
it's not
really
Meatloaf.
It really is. Let's see if it's right. Nothing like Meatloaf.
It's so hard to believe, but it's so hard back to me.
So you jumped in too quick, didn't you?
I
See, you jumped in too
did.
quick. And that means the scores are 3-3. Tighter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Tighter than you when you go to the bar.
Oh,
True story.
yeah.
Not it's been a while, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right, okay. It is now time, then this is close. First to 5, remember. It is now time for song number 7.
Hold on, little girl. Show me what he's done
I love
to
this
you.
song.
Stand up, little girl.
I played Russian Roulette then because I presumed you wouldn't know. Because I did.
Don't know.
I
but-
played Russian Roulette there. It is a tune. And the song is called To Be With You by a band called Mr. Big.
Oh, I
Now,
don't
the
know.
only reason I know that, and it's funny as you get older,
Yeah.
I think you miss a lot of music when you're younger, but when I got older, another band that I really liked covered it. And then you go digging, don't you? And you go, oh.
You do.
And my dad would always turn around and go, well, it's not their song, they've covered it. And that's how I know that song. It's a great tune.
Oh,
Let's
it
find
is.
out. I am right. But let's find out if I'm right.
Yeah.
Here it is. Great tune.
It is. It's one of those songs I know, but I don't know who sings it.
Yeah,
And what it's called.
absolutely. It's a great song. If you haven't heard it before, To Be With You by Mr. Big was a big hit as well.
Yeah.
I don't think they did much more. Right, okay, that puts me 4-3 in front. I need one more.
Oh, no.
Come on, here we go. I'm going to win this one. Right, let's go. This is now song number 8. Come on. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, I know the answer. I know it straight away, but I couldn't get to my buzzer quick enough. Go on then, what is it?
Let Loose Crazy.
Oh, so wish that was wrong, but I know it's not. Here we go. Absolutely fuming. I do that one as well.
Oh, it's one of my favourite songs growing up, you know.
Great song, isn't it? So 90s, it's frightening. Right,
Oh, I know.
okay. So really then, this is it. This is the decider. It's 4-4 and it comes down to this.
Okay.
The final song is number 9. No, got it.
Oh, you just got in there before
Right
me.
at the end, you massive poo pants. Get in. It is Will Smith, Men in Black. Come on. Here we go. Let's find it right. Get in. MIBs.
You were
Yes.
just very quick.
Yeah. 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, whatever the score is, I'm winning. Get in. Come on. So that means overall in the series, I win this game 5-4. And in the series, I now lead for the first time by 2 competitions to 1. Yeah. Right, that puts me officially 2-1 in the lead in the series. Come on. Now, if you would like John from Devon, to feature your competition next week or in a future episode, you can get in touch via the various ways.
Yes, you can. Please do. We do want to hear from you. You can find us on Facebook or Twitter at the Dougie and Deb Podcast, or email us at the Dougie and Deb Podcast at gmail.com.
There you go then. So hopefully you did all right there.
Yeah.
5-4 to me, 2-1 in the series. Get in touch if you want your competition in a future episode.
Yes, exciting.
Marilou, y'all get on in here now. It's Dougie and Deb on the podcast. Now I mean it, get in here, or I'll get the hose.
We got a host.
It is now time for this.
When the clouds say bow, selector.
Thank you, Sir Craig David. The usual intro there.
Yes.
Smooth. Not quite 90s, but we'll let him off.
Yeah.
It was a bit late for that. Right, it is time for the rewind competitions where we throw it over to you guys. Loads of entrants again.
Yay.
Loads struggling.
Yeah.
But not as many struggling as last week because we have had 3 correct answers.
Yay. Well done,
Must
guys.
make it harder in future. Let's just remind you of what it was. Right, that was last week's competition, and the answers, Deb, were...
So the first one was Rotterdam by the Beautiful South, as we interviewed Dave Henningway. The second one was Beatles' Help. And the third one was Take That and Shine.
Certainly was. And we had 3 correct answers, and from all over the country, which was nice.
Oh, nice.
Actually, it was nice. We have got Ben in Burbage. You got it right. Well done.
Yay.
Jay in Guildford. You got it right as well.
Well done.
And Nikki down in Essex. She got it right too. Good job, everybody. Well done.
Well done.
Now, let's see how you get on with this week's competition. Now, if you've never played before, it's quite simple. 3 well-known songs in reverse.
And I have got 1 out of 3 this week.
You actually suck on this.
I'm really bad.
Badly. The only week you got all 3 was when I told you what they were. And you went, this is easy. This, everyone's going to get it. So, there
It's
you go.
hard, but I think it just takes some skill, really listening to all the instruments and the beat. And
It also helps if I told you the answer.
well, yeah, obviously that as well.
I mean-
But I actually genuinely didn't know, and I got 1 out of 3.
So see if you can do better than Deb. It can't be hard. Here is week 3, episode 3's 3 songs in reverse. So there you go. They are your 3 in reverse. Toughies, I think, this week.
Yeah, and it's from all eras as
All
well. So
eras.
this one isn't just 90s people.
No,
you
all
need to
eras.
really think about this one.
Tough one. And you can get in touch via the following ways.
You can. So you can catch us on Facebook or Twitter at the Dougie and Deb Podcast, or email us at the Dougie and Deb Podcast @gmail.com.
Get in touch with your 3 answers and maybe we'll be giving you a shout out on next week's show.
Yay.
Rewind. When the crowd say bow, selector.
Yep, do da dee la do da dee da dee da dee da dee da. Yep, do da dee la do. It's time for Dougie and Deb's time machine. Jump on board. Tally-ho, pip pip.
Right, you heard the man, Pip Pip. Let's get on board the patented Dougie and Deb time machine.
Yes, indeed. And this week we're going back to 1992.
Do you remember 1992?
I was 8.
Wow, I actually remember it.
Yeah?
Oh my God, I was, 10? I
Yeah, you
actually
were.
remember it. Right, let's go back and see if it was as we remembered as we take a trip back in our time machine. Come along, guys, let's go. That's it. Landed safely back in 1992.
Oh, it feels good to be
It
back.
does feel good to be back, funnily enough. Right, okay, welcome back, everybody, to 1992. Deb, what happened in this year?
Okay, so the cartoon version of this classic series first aired. Yes, that's right. The Addams Family, which was first released in 1964, was turned into a cartoon series for this year. Did you know that?
I didn't. No, I didn't. Are you related to them?
Oh, hilarious. You are.
What else?
Okay, so Bill Clinton was elected as President of the United States.
Ironic.
And John Major became the UK Prime Minister.
They were definitely part of the Addams Family.
Yeah. Prince Charles and Princess Diana announced they would be separating after 11 years of marriage.
Yeah, another Addams Family there. Yeah, carry on.
In technology, the first nicotine patch is introduced to help stop smoking, and DNA fingerprint is invented.
Oh.
And Euro Disney opened in France. Did you know that?
I didn't. Have you been?
No, I haven't.
No,
I so want to go.
Okay, we'll go.
I do want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. In sports, Man United won their first Premier League title in 26 years.
Yeah.
And the Olympic Games were held in Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Popular toys that year, Thunderbirds, Tracy Island, and Barney Doll.
Oh.
Okay, so on now to popular films. So lots of popular films that year, but then the top 3 are Sister Act, great film.
Great film.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Great film.
But by far was this epic film. That's right, The Bodyguard, featuring Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner, grossing way over $400 million worldwide. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Which links me beautifully into my music section for 1992 because this song was Whitney Houston's biggest selling single of all time. It was the best selling single of 1992, which spent 10 weeks at number 1 and a total of 15 weeks in the top 10.
Wow.
The big news from that year. Erasure, remember Erasure?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Achieved 3 top 10 singles that year, including an ABBA-esque album, which topped the album chart for 5 weeks. And Right Said Fred, the cat we had, I don't know what it is, something like that, not sure, had their only number 1 single in April 1992 with that song, Deeply Dipply, something about a cat, I don't know, whatever it was, which spent 3 weeks at the top of the chart. Who bought that anyway?
Really?
We'll move swiftly on. Also, the other band that had a big year that year were Wet, Wet, Wet. They had the first number 1 of the year, would you believe, in the January, because in 1991, Bohemian Rhapsody went to number 1.
Yes.
Off the back of Freddie Mercury and everything else. So the first unique number 1 of 1992 was Wet, Wet, Wet with the beautiful Good Night Girl. And that year was unique as well. It had 12 different acts claim the top spot throughout the year. Epic year indeed. But now, Deb, I'm afraid to tell you, it's time to get back in our time machine and back to 2021.
Oh, I don't want to go.
Bye, 92.
Bye.
That about wraps up episode 3 of the Dougie and Deb podcast. And what a podcast it has been.
Absolutely. Time flies when you have fun.
It sure does.
Really
there
does.
are ways you can get in touch as always, and they are...
Okay, so you can follow us at Twitter or Facebook at the Dougie and Deb Podcast. Send us a message, or you can email us at the Dougie and Deb Podcast at gmail.com.
Very good. And of course, it is available on all platforms, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, you name it, we are there. Google us. We're all over the place. All that remains for me to say is a huge thank you to Ritchie from 5 for joining us. Made our interview. Thank you so much, Ritchie, for that. And for you guys for tuning in. Share, like, tell all your friends. And we'll be back next Wednesday with episode 4.
Oh, wow.
Take care, everybody. See you soon. Goodbye.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.